Yeah, well, let's look at them right here. You got a center and a guard and a tackle. So that's an unbalanced line, a tight end, a wide receiver, 2 running backs, and a quarterback. So whoever it was played 8-man football in high school, right?
Right. Whoever it was.
Whoever it may be.
2nd and 6. Salaam. Nothing there this time. The answer to our Aflac trivia question is he just carried it. He played 8-man football. Bears running back Rasan Salaam ran this formation while at La Jolla Country Day School outside San Diego.
Yep, his mother wanted him to go to private school, and his dad was Teddy Washington, was a football player. In fact, I recruited Teddy. He was a great running back, and his mother wanted him to to go to a good private school, get an education, and be a high school student. And football wasn't a big part of it for his mother. But he plays 8-man football and then gets a scholarship to the University of Colorado.
Rode the city bus to get there. Bears call timeout. They lead 10-7. The Bears lead. There's Otho Davis.
Otho Davis is right here, the trainer of the Philadelphia Eagles. This is his training room. Remember, we were there a couple weeks ago?
It's a shrine. Look at all those old helmets up there.
I know.
Shoes.
Yeah, leather helmets. Got the flag. He got football, slot machines,
and everything. The best chili in the world.
Yeah, in back here he cooks his own chili. Starts it on Wednesday. We eat it on Saturday. It's the best anywhere.
Timpson makes the catch, gets a Bear first down at about the 21. The report on Conway is that when he hit the ground, got the wind knocked out of him and should be back. Timpson, his replacement, just made that reception.
Yeah, the Bears offensive coordinator here has really done a heck of a job. That's Ron Turner. His brother Norv Turner, of course, is the head coach of the Washington Redskins. But here's Ron Turner right here. But he's done a real good job of mixing things up today. You know, not just being one-dimensional.
Timpson in motion. Salaam on first down. Carries a bunch of Eagles down to about the 14. Conway headed for the locker room.
I think he probably had more than the wind knocked out of him, because
probably.
they're going to get him in there and check him out before halftime. You know, Salaam is really getting stronger. I think he has darn near 100 yards by now.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, he is a powerful guy. You know, I mean, you just look at the way he carries a lot of tacklers with him, and a lot of tacklers miss him.
How about 99 yards? Now he's got the 100.
I mean, he's holding on to that. He's holding on to that pigskin. He's getting blocking up there. This is what the Bear fans wanted, I think. You know, the Bear fans for all those years, you know, have always had that great running game, a great defense. They kind of lost it this year, but they're getting it now. I mean, they're just taking the ball. These big linemen, they just pound out. Look at the movement they get.
Yeah.
I mean, those dark jerseys have taken those white jerseys and just put them about 4 or 5 yards back.
19 carries, 104 yards. This is Salaam's 5th 100-yard rushing game of the season. He gets another carry. This one will put a minus onto it. The ball comes loose again, but the Bears recover. I think that one was blown dead.
Well, now he had confidence, then he got stripped a couple times, then he lost confidence, and then he gets stripped here again. You wonder what that's going to do to his confidence, because they're just going for the football. I mean, they got one who's going in there to tackle, then the other guys are just going in there. Look at Daniel Stubbs here. I mean, just going in there to grab the ball, to hold on, and not even trying to just pull that ball out of there.
And finally ripped it loose. 2nd and goal at the 12. A throwing down. Kramer. He's going to take off. Not a throwing down. Kramer to the 1. He went head first. No thought about sliding there.
Well, it was a throwing down, and you go back to throwing. If they give you a lane like that and you see it, and this is for a playoff position, you just take it. You know, he's looking to the left, then he comes to a second read in the middle of the right. He can't throw it, and he sees that big lane. You see Fuller got outside too far. That's what happens when you rush up the field out the side and you pin the guy inside. Then you have that lane between the defensive end and the defensive tackle.
3rd and goal at the 1. The Bears asking the end zone crowd for quiet. Flanagan's in the backfield. Touchdown to Keith Jennings. They faked the run, and it fooled everybody.
I know it. Well, you know, you put old Flanagan in the backfield. You put your defensive tackle in the backfield. That's what the Bears have been doing for years. Remember William Refrigerator Perry? They put that big tackle in the backfield, and they're sure it's run, run, run. And then what they do is they pass it to the guy who's the other blocker. Keith Jennings has 2 touchdowns already.
And Butler will try the extra point with Gedney holding. That's Kramer's 29th touchdown pass of the year. That's a new record.
That's because you have the big tackle leading in there and you throw to another guy who's 270 pounds. Who expects him to catch a touchdown pass? Let's watch that touchdown. Here's Keith Jennings. The guy they get is Greg Jackson here. The play fake, and then Jennings just comes out here. But see, Greg Jackson is looking in there. Jennings fakes a block. Jackson doesn't even see Jennings go out. And Keith Jennings is wide open.
Jackson hit the fullback Flanagan and the running back Salaam. But they didn't have the ball.
No, and that's the thing. I mean, that's one good thing when you put a guy like Flanagan in there. Everyone's sure, hey, they aren't going to put a defensive tackle in there in that pass.
Witherspoon at the 3. The Bears special teams do a good job. Falkerson was the first man there. Don't forget, coming up at the half, the Dockers halftime report with JB and Terry, scores and highlights, choice cuts, the plays of the year, and they'll get you up to date on what is going on in the NFL as far as the playoff picture is concerned as well.
There's Michael Zordich here. He's the kind of guy that sets all the defenses. He's a safety for the Eagles, and I think Ron Turner, the offensive coordinator of this Bear team, really has this Eagle defense on their heels because he's had great mixture of run and pass and play pass this first half.
Here's Rodney Peete back to throw it. And now he comes out of the pocket. The pass is incomplete, intended for Art Monk. It went right through his hands. It was high, but went through his hands.
Yeah, and if you look at this, Pat, when you have good mixture, stuff like this happens. And you say, why didn't the Eagles do this? Why didn't the Eagles get the ball here? Why didn't they use more of this and that? Well, because the Bears have had the ball for over 21 minutes.
And talking to Ray Rhodes last night, if he could do everything that he planned to do and had ready to do on offense, he'd need a couple of games.
Oh, yeah, he was talking about he was going to get Rob Carpenter in there, Art Monk, Chris T. Jones was going to do things.
He throws to Carpenter. Carpenter out of bounds at the 35, first down, Eagles. Dwayne Joseph knocked him out of bounds. Mark McMillan, looks like it could be a cramp that they're massaging. 17-7, the Bears lead the Eagles. A city of Chicago, and this is a great city, John. I know you like it. You spend a lot of time here.
It's one of my favorite. Michigan Avenue, I think, is, you're going to walk down the street, that doesn't get any better than that.
Magnificent Mile.
Who were those 3 guys down there? Where were they?
Oh, no.
They looked like they were huddled up. They weren't even watching this game. They were in a survival mode.
Here's Rodney Peete to Ricky Waters. Ricky gets out for a gain of about 9. There they are down in the end zone.
Right, yeah, here they are right there, huh?
Second and 1 at the 33.
Peete in a hurry back to throws. Rush comes out of there with it. Fires incomplete. Very close to being over the line of scrimmage, and a flag down on the play. Art Monk, the intended receiver.
Yeah, Jim Flanagan was right there. I don't know if he hit Rodney Peete in the eye or what, but he was awfully close to him, and he was the guy that made Rodney Peete get out of there. And Rodney Peete's mother, Rodney Peete's wife, Rodney Peete's brother, the whole group of them there. Oh, you could tell who the wife was rooting for.
Pass. Number 9 on the offense. 5 yards. He spotted the pass.
He was over the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and I think the guy, again, Jim Flanagan, was a Bear that was the first guy there, and he was the guy that flushed Rodney Peete out. I think he had some contact with him just before he flushed him out, too.
The Bears have run 42 plays. The Eagles just 19. 3rd and 6. Less than 2 minutes. A minute 32 left to play in the first half. The Bears by 10. Rodney Peete puts Carpenter in motion. Gets it to Waters, and Waters gets very little. Nothing, in fact, before the Bears, led by Jeremy Lincoln, take him down.
I mean, that was the thing that they didn't want to do. If it's 3rd down and 5 yards, you have to throw a 6-yard pass. You can't throw a 3-yard pass. Or in that case, I think it was a darn near a 9-yard pass. You have to get someone up the field.
A timeout to the Bears, hoping for another shot with 1 minute and 5 seconds left to play in the first half.
Well, the Eagles are going to be kicking into the wind here, and the punts haven't been doing very well going in that direction.
Is that one guy asleep? No, he's awake.
In other words, they're from these guys are facing the way they have to punt. You know what these guys do? What their job is? That they got a job. They're working.
They are?
Yeah, they pull the nets up. See, they're there that if you see the nets don't stay up all the time, so the fans can see. See in there, these are nets that go in here behind right here.
Yeah, but the fans can see through the net.
No, but the nets aren't up. See, they don't pull the net up until you start to kick there. Then those kids go and they pull the net up when someone gets ready to kick there.
Tommy Hutton's ready to kick to Jeff Graham. Line drive kick again. Graham misjudged it. It sailed over his head, and he has to get away from it. And it rolls dead at about the 15. Sunday, spend your New Year's Eve day with Fox's live coverage of the NFC Wild Card game. Don't miss the excitement and drama as the road to the Super Bowl begins. And before the action, check out America's #1 pregame show for the latest in news and information from around the league. Check your local listings for the game and time in your area. Next Sunday, Wild Card. We don't know where we'll be, John.
No, I mean, if we had well, no, I won't even guess.
Okay.
These 2 Santa Claus, they ought to be working. These guys shouldn't even be there. They ought to be out there working. Like, oh, there's a Mrs. Claus.
I think that's Mrs. Claus.
Yeah, it was Mr. and Mrs. Claus.
Well, it's the holiday season. Santa got a date.
There's Jeremy Lincoln.
Yeah.
You were talking about that everyone has been working on in this Bear defense, and it's been Jeremy Lincoln out there at that right corner. Now, he's leaving just before halftime. He's done a pretty good job today. I mean, they haven't taken any advantage of him in this first half. But the group that's really done a good job, I think, is this Bear offensive line. You know, that we talk about plays, time of possession, and all those things. And all those things start with the blocking of the offensive line.
2nd and 7. The Bears will just run it out. That'll be the end of the first half as Ray Rhodes again has seen his team fall behind early. They trailed the Bears by 10 as they head for the locker room. 17-7, Chicago. Back at Soldier Field in Chicago, the Bears 17, the Eagles 7. Pat Summerall with John Madden. The Bears at the moment have things going their way. They lead by 10, and San Francisco's beating Atlanta. Eric Kramer has had an outstanding first half. Scrambled to set up the second touchdown. 1 of 2 he threw to Keith Jennings.
Yeah, and that was kind of a surprise. You know, that you think of the wide receivers, Conway out on one side, and you got the other, you know, Jeff Graham on the other side, and then the guy that scores the touchdowns is Keith Jennings. Big 270-pound tight end. But look at these.